I'm on the movie, been the foundation. It's time to move. 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 Yeah, it's time to move. 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 It's time to move.
Hello everyone, D here with DJR Union, and today we're going to be talking about a little bit about Jujutsu Kaisen Booster Pack Volume 2 coming out soon, very soon. In fact, in 17 days from the recording of this video, and possibly upload? Not upload. From the recording of this video, we have here the release date, June 27th, 2025 for, as I just mentioned, JJK Booster Pack Volume 2. And we've kind of been anxiously awaiting for what Volume 2 of JJK is going to bring us, and specifically if it's going to be including some of the cards from the select card list that was released over in Japan, similar to how we have the Bleach card list that we are going to be receiving in October, but Japan is receiving this month. They also received something similar to that in JJK, and spoiler alert, we do indeed receive those cards for Volume 2, confirmed 100%, and we're going to be going over some of those cards, actually all of those cards that are going to be included today in this video, as well as go through pretty much just this entire page of all the information on Volume 2 of JJK. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So, as you can see, Jujutsu Kaisen card pool is expanding with Volume 2 booster, pretty much revolving around the Shibuya incident arc. We get the new color red, which is pretty much going to be focused on this arc. However, as it just mentions right here, new cards based on the hidden inventory / premature death, which is really great. I'm glad to see it because these cards are definitely going to be boosting up your decks even further than what Volume 2 was going to do. And yeah, we're gonna just keep reading through this. Level up the fun of Union Arena, each booster pack with 12 cards, 4 rarity levels, as we all know, common, uncommon, rare, and super rare, with AP cards included at a low pull rate, pretty much typically 2 per box. Thankfully, because you don't want to draw nothing but APs, that would kind of be unfortunate. So, total of 85 cards and 5 different types of AP, which is pretty good, and all art cards. Who doesn't love all art cards? So you can power up your favorite deck and make playing Union Arena even more exciting, especially if you are a huge fan of JJK. This is definitely a box that you're going to want to pull up, especially considering how, Sukuna and Nanami were a pretty powerful deck in Volume 1. Will they remain on top? Will they be surpassed with any developments in Volume 2? We will be finding out. The 3-star card right here, we're going to be going over real quick. It is Sukuna, and it is going to have a serial number. Only 100 of them are going to have the serial number on it. So yeah, let's just look at this real quick. I know we went over this before. I'm pretty sure we went over this before. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to go over it one more time just to be safe. So for 7 energy, 1 action, 5k BP, instant impact. Gotta love it. For impact is just so important. It's iconic to Union Arena. It's one of the main selling points of the game. So impact, it's a very good card, or a very good ability for a card to have, especially in SR Raid at 5k BP at 7 energy. Okay. When played, choose one of the abilities listed below. If you have 3 Sukuna fingers in your sideline, you get to choose 2, but if you have all 4 Sukuna fingers that are possible to put into your deck in the sideline, you get to choose all of these abilities, and they do trigger from top to bottom. So first ability is draw a card, and then your opponent places 1 from their hand to the sideline, which is really good. Not only are you fueling your hand, but you're also destroying your opponent's ability to respond to anything that you do by discarding their hand down by even 1 card. Could be insane, because it could be their last card in their hand that they have to get rid of. That's unfortunate for them, especially if that last card was a kill card that would be able to kill off your Sukuna or something like that. Second ability, all characters with 2500 or more BP on your opponent's frontline lose 2k BP until the end of turn. This pretty much guarantees that almost any card you play at this point in the game, which will essentially be late game considering the 7 energy, are going to be able to get over your opponent's cards, because they're going to be at essentially, honestly, at the biggest amount I can think of right now, not counting Saitama, who's going to be a 10k going down to 8k, but a 5k going down to 3k. So all your opponents being 3k or less is just really powerful. That's, like I said, at late game, if you have a field of like 4ks or even 3ks, you're getting through them. And the last one, choose up to 1 character with 3500 or less BP on your opponent's frontline and kill it, which is, you know, you're obviously going to be getting any character into that threshold with the ability of the second, and this Sukuna is going to be very powerful. Sukuna is definitely going to be getting a buff, especially standalone Sukuna. Standalone Sukuna might be a wave to ride. Who knows? We'll see as we go further into these cards that are revealed here, as well as go over the card list, which will be dropping probably next week sometime. But yeah, we over here at DJR will be going over the Volume 2 cards and giving them out to you probably about next week. Obviously, it's including illustrations that are exclusive to Union Arena, lineups for Yuji, Megami, Nobara, Gojo, Nanami, Geto, Mahito, Choso, who is a new inclusion, and Sukuna. So as you see, you got 3 action points here. You got the action point with the main team. You got your Yuji, your Nobara, your Megami, your Gojo. You got the villains over here. You got your wow, I couldn't think of Geto for a second. Geto, Mahito, and Choso. Oh, their names are right here. Wait, are they on the other one too? Ah, they are. That's so sick. I like that. I kind of like how their names are. Oh, Shibuya 1031, because that's the freaking day of the Shibuya incident. That's pretty sick. Does it have it? Yeah, let's go. Does it have it here? No, because that's just the card. That's how it. This is the 2-star art. Okay, that's cool. I like the little Sukuna written out like this in the lettering. That's really nice. And then the little Jujutsu Kaisen right there. That's really sick. That's super sick. I love the Sukuna art. Sukuna art is really nice. Here we go. The hidden inventory cards, which are going to be... Okay, not all of these are from the card selection, but these cards are definitely from the card selection. Actually, were these in the card selection? No, they weren't. Hold on. I think I have them on the second screen. Yep, I do. Yeah, these 3 cards here were not part of the card selection. So they didn't confirm all the cards from the card selection, but they did confirm these cards at least. So we will be going over these cards. We're going to go back to it. Card 1 a card from Volume 1 is going to be included in Volume 2. That's right, this Yuji is coming back in Volume 2, and you have a chance to get this new alt art for this card, which is really sick. I do like it. You got the Yuji. You know this pose. You've seen this pose if you've gone up against blue JJK decks. You know this pose. But now you have it silhouetted in the background a little bit with the little reverberation of like cursed energy just flowing around. It's so sick. It's so sick. I love it. I actually really like that art. All right, box hopper. You get your 5 box hoppers. You get either Shoko, which is going to be a 0 energy, draw 1, place 1 from hand to sideline, draw trigger. Your second one is going to be a Toge Inumaki, which is a nullify impact. Your next one is Kokichi Muta, because this guy, that's right, Mechamaru, is going to be getting a raid. Has no special ability other than he's treated as Ultimate Mechamaru. Get trigger. Yuji Itadori, 0 energy, 1 action, part of the red deck. Get trigger. And then Nobara Kukusaki, also part of the red deck. Active trigger. And that is going to be it. These are all your box hoppers that you're going to be seeing for Volume 2. And yeah, that's going to be covering all of it. Okay, not bad, not bad. Now, we're going to be going over these cards, and then we're going to just end the video there. So, first things first, you got the Gojo. This Gojo was one of the Gojos. Actually, let's go over the cards that weren't part of the deck first. We're going to be going over this Toji, Geto, and then Gojo. Then we're going to start over and go... Actually, we'll work backwards from Toji to Gojo the entire time. So, 8 energy, 2 action, Toji Fushiguro. If the combined total of your life and your opponent's life is 4 or less, reduce this card's required energy by 2, making it a 6/2 instead while it's in your hand. You play him set to active, and for 2 energy, or for 2 action, you better be. During your turn, this character gains 1k BP, putting him in at 5k, which is pretty strong. And when played, he gets Impact 1 and Snipe, which is really good, especially with him being played active for 6 energy, 2 action. He's already able to take out any character that he sees on your opponent's side of the field, unless it's, of course, the, wow, why can I not think of his freaking name? Aoi Todo. If it's Todo, you're not able to snipe him because, at least on the turn he's played, because he remains at 6k BP on the turn he's played and on your opponent's turn until the start of his next turn. So he'll be able to snipe almost anyone just from showing up. Pretty strong for a character that is an absolute menace like him. Next up, we got Suguru Geto, 3 energy, 1 action. He's generating 2 energy at 3k plus PP. During your turn, if on the front line, if Gojo is on the same line, or if Riko Amanai is on your field or in your sideline, he gains 1k BP, putting him at 4k on your turn if he's on the front line, which is pretty good, which means that you don't even really need the Gojo. As long as this character is in your sideline, he will have 4k BP on your turn, every turn, as long as he is on the front line, which is pretty good. When played, you may pay 1 action point, essentially making him a 2 action point card, and if you do, you can play up to 1 yellow character card with 3 or less required energy, 1 AP cost, and cursed spirit affinity from your sideline set to resting onto your field. And obviously onto your field means anywhere onto the field, front line or energy line, so if you need more energy generation, you can play them onto the energy line, and if you don't need energy generation and just need some more blockers on the next turn, or maybe even a good way to start a different type of assault, you can put him onto the front line, which is pretty good. At 2 energy generation, he reminds me a lot of Megami, how when you play the 3 energy 2 action Megami, you're able to play, you know, your cursed spirits, almost. They're almost like cursed spirits. So, anyways, you're able to play the 3 energy 2 action Megami similar to how Geto is played here. You can play him for 3 energy 2 action and get essentially the exact same effect as that Megami, which is pretty cool. And last but not least, the Gojo that was already in the regular Volume 2 set, 5 energy, 1 action, 4k plus BP. During your turn, if he's on the front line, if Geto is on the same line, or if Rico is on your field or in your sideline, he gets 1k BP and impact, which again, just like with the Geto, as long as you have the Rico in your sideline and get her to the sideline as quick as possible, he is automatically going to be a 5k BP character, similar to how the Geto is going to be a 4k BP character, and Gojo is going to be able to have impact, which is pretty strong, very powerful. It's typical of a good card. And when played, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Curse Technique Blue, Curse Technique Red, or Hollow Purple card among them, add it to your hand, place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order, and if you add a card to your hand, place one from your hand to the sideline. And this card alone makes me feel like Gojo could possibly be a standalone deck, a raidless standalone yellow deck, because of the fact that we do have blue, red, and purple now all together, and there are a lot of these Gojos that are flooding the entire set of Union Arena right now, especially in the yellow color. So I definitely see a possibility of a standalone Gojo deck being potentially a chance of being built, but like at the same time, it's like, is it going to be worth it in the end? And there's only one way to find out, and that's to get our hands on the set. So, by the way, draw triggers. So that alone makes me want to put him in a standalone deck. You know, I'm just saying. Anyways. Toji Fushiguro, 6 energy, 1 action. This is one of the new cards. He has absolutely no ability, but he has that draw trigger, so he automatically is running as a 4 up in my deck. I'm just saying, bro. A draw trigger? Sign me up. Sign me up every day for draw triggers, bro. Hold on. 5k BP. Yeah, that's worth. Kinto Nanami, so a little bit of buff for the Nanami deck coming around. When sidelined, not when played, not when attacking, not anything else, when this Nanami dies, you can place the top card of your deck into the sideline, and if you do, choose up to 1 character on your field, and it gains 1k BP until the end of turn. And this is really good for cards that, if they were to ever have a double block card, you'd be able to give that double block card an extra 1000 BP, possibly making it able to block 2 attacks. So you would block with Nanami first, do that, or you could always block with Nanami first in general to buff up a weaker character, as well as also being able to fuel getting into your overtime a lot quicker. 2k BP active trigger, honestly, not bad for a 1 energy, 1 action character. Shoko Ieri, 1 energy, 1 action. When played, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Gojo or Geto card among them, and add it to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order, and if you add a card to hand, place one from your hand to sideline. Now, this search card, along with the other Gojo search card, are really good, especially when it says if you add a card to hand, place one from hand to sideline. If you have a Rico in your hand, you could always just sideline that Rico and then instantly get benefit off of this Gojo or even the Geto that's over here in the background. But I think that this card's really good. It's going to be your main searcher for the deck, especially if you play the Gojo Geto style deck where they are working together. This card's going to pretty much be a staple because she's able to search out either, or even if you're just running the standalone Gojo deck, which could be a possibility, you can then cycle through whatever Gojos you may or may not need just by searching for them with this character alone. So I do think that there is some benefit to her, as even though she doesn't have a trigger, search cards are just really important and very good in this game, especially when you get to look at the top 4 cards. It's a really good card. Next up, Suguru Geto, 5 energy, 1 action, get trigger. During your turn, if on the front line, if Gojo is on the same line, this character and all other Gojo characters on your front line gain 500 BP, which is really good. That means this guy's at 4,500. That means your 5k Gojo will become a 5,500. Your pretty much all your Gojos become a lot more powerful than they already were, and that's essentially the main point of having this Geto here. He's here to support your Gojo. He's here to give that Gojo a little bit of a hand me up and push him towards success and give him the advantage he needs to shine the best. Also, active main, place one card from your hand to the sideline, like a Rico, or for his case, especially with this other card back here, Cursed Spirits. Once per turn, this character generates energy even if on the front line until end of turn, which is pretty good, especially when you have those higher cost yellow cards like your Gojo and this Geto even, which are going to be 5 energy cards, and there aren't many 2 energy generating cards. So to have a Geto that can generate energy on the front line does help improve the consistency of the deck, especially when you're probably not going to be running a lot of 2 energy generating cards, because right now, from what we can see from all these, this is your only 2 energy generator card. So running 4 of him and 4 of this guy as well gives you a good chance of hitting that 5 energy more consistently, even if you do just have to play this guy into your front line, which is perfectly fine, because once again, if he's on the front line, this card and all Gojos on the front line, if Gojo is on the front line, get an extra 500 BP. So he isn't just there to look pretty, he's also there to give you more energy and to strengthen your Gojo. And last but not least, we have here 4 energy, 1 action Satoru Gojo, the man, the myth, the pointing legend, the guy with the fingers that are able to kill even the sharpest of people. During your turn, 4k BP by the way, during your turn, if on the front line, I love this art, like look at his eyes, like his eye, they actually added some detail to the silhouette version of his eyes. It looks really nice. Not to mention that he already has normally pretty eyes, but like the pretty eyes in the silhouette, kinda nice. During your turn, if on the front line, if Geto is on the same line, this character gets damage too. Which pretty much means not only is he also getting the 500 BP from that one Geto that we were just talking about, but he also gets damage 2, which is really good. Damage 2, it's a threat. It's a huge threat, especially when you have cards like Blue to push your opponents into the energy line, which is a new card that is going to be coming out. Spoiler alert. No, wait, it's red. It's red, right? Red is push, right? Yeah, I think it should be red. It should be red. I think red is push. So that was a misspeaking on my part. Red. If you have a red to push your opponent's characters from the front line to the energy line, then you're able to essentially be able to attack through and get that damage 2 off pretty consistently. Also, when this character dies, when sideline, not when played, not when attacking, but when it dies, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Gojo, which is cool that he can search himself, Shoko, which is cool because you can search a searcher, or Geto, which is cool because you can search a support, card among them and add it to your hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order, and if you add a card to your hand, place 1 card from your hand to the sideline, like Rico. So yeah, these cards from Hidden Inventory / Premature Death are really good. I'm really glad to see that we got at least these 5 cards here. I was kind of hoping to see all the cards that were mentioned in the card selection, but alas, even if we're not getting all of them, it's great to see that we're at least getting these cards to buff up these guys as well, which is really good. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So yeah, all right, so while I was editing, I kind of noticed that we on the Twitter page, there is some extra stuff. I was literally going to be like, hey, wait a second, this could be a problem if we don't have all the cards. I mean, like not like a huge problem to where like it ruins the game or anything, but yeah, we are going to be getting some of the other cards that were available in the card list, like this Nobara here, which makes me think that we are going to be getting all of the cards that were mentioned here. So the Nobara here, since she's right here, 3 energy, 1 action, generates 2 energy, which is really good for 3k BP. When played, if there is a resting character on your opponent's field, add up to 1 yellow event card with 2 or less required energy from your sideline to your hand. And as you may know, Nobara's abilities are essentially the 2 energy event cards, and they're very powerful, especially if it's a resting character on your opponent's front line. It's really good. It's the card where you kill a rested character on your opponent's front line. So you can literally just play her, fish that card from your sideline, and then replay it for 1 action point, and then just kill something off. It's really good. Really good. Alright, Nobara wasn't the only one. They did also reveal Sukuna. 4 energy, 2 action Sukuna in blue, so more Sukuna support. And hey, look, there's that double block that I was literally talking about when I was making the Nanami, when I was talking about the Nanami card. So you play this character set to active on the field, which for 2 action, you better be. Double block, really good. At 35 BP, you're pretty much blocking a lot of stuff, and with that Nanami on your front line, all I'm saying is that you're gonna be double blocking everything that's coming your way. During your turn, this character gains 500 BP, putting him at 4k just on your turn. And then when attacking, you get to choose up to 1 in parentheses. Oh, that means you can pick more than 1 at some point. Choose up to 1 character with 1500 or more BP on your opponent's field, and it loses 1k BP until the end of the turn. And you add 1 in parentheses character for each Sukuna finger card in your sideline. And the fact that if you have 4 fingers in your sideline, you can target an additional 1 for each finger. That means you can target up to 5 characters with 1500 or more BP and lower their BP count by 1000. And yeah, target up to 5 characters, but you can only target 4 characters on the front line. That's because it says on your opponent's field, my friend. You can target the energy line characters. Now, why would targeting the energy line characters really mean anything? Maybe there's stuff where it's like, oh hey, as long as there's a character with this much BP, this can happen. Who knows? But hey, this is going to be really good because this is going to be buffing up your Sukuna deck. This is going to be buffing up the Sukuna Nanami synergy, especially with the one Nanami that when it dies, it gives another character 1k BP. And that 1k BP character being a 4/2 Sukuna with double block at 4500 BP, that's going to be terrifying. Especially if you hit an active trigger too on top of that. I'm just saying, bro. Because you get to restand him up and then block again with him a 3rd time. I mean, honestly, at that point, you probably ran out of blocks anyways because your opponent ran out of attackers. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much everything. So yeah, thank you all for watching today's video. I've been D with DJR Union. Stay tuned because we do have more content coming your way very soon. Just been super busy with some other stuff behind the scenes. And yeah, expect to see more content soon. So with all that being said, I've been D with DJR Union, and I'll see you in the next one.